Good morning, friends and fellow adventurers. Alright. Oh, I was doing some fishing, is what I was doing. And I feel like I had a bunch of chests here. Yes. There we go. So we have, oh no, I got rid of the other stuff. Is that what happened? I thought I had, I guess I cracked all of those. We got a collection going here. I'll be ditching that hopefully soon. Alright, let's get this going. I've got my shears, my milk pail, some critters that need to come outside. Now we've done okay off of cracking the coffers. We've gotten, financially, even once you minus the cost of cracking all of them, we're still making a fortune off of it, so that's good. I'm not super concerned about the economy of things at this point. But what I am kind of, I guess, interested in doing is managing this process of finishing up a bunch of the museum and the shrine thing, whatever you want to call it. Oh my gosh. The place where we put the stuff. Whoa, are you floating? Yeah, the duck was doing a little float. Good job, ducky. Okay, these... Yeah, we're still waiting for the silver grade, I think, on the milk. Okay, and you... Alright, let's put all this stuff away. Hey, kitty. Boop, boop. Now... I'm trying to remember what... I guess I left early enough that I had time to crack everything? I feel like I didn't. That's super weird. But we have... Yeah, we've got 82 regular coppers and 48 pirate coppers. I could crack these, and that would give us, a whole pile of replica. I mean, I think I'll just end up doing this later to get duplicate items. And same with this. We'll get a pile of duplicate items, and then I'll just sell the rest. Our replicator here is doing nicely. We've got 5 of these things going. So I can go and put these 2 back in there. So we're up to 9 that'll get created now. I only need like 4 per thing, so this thing is just going to keep producing a silly number of these, which is fine by me. Okay, and then I don't think I had... There's nothing super... Yeah, we're good. We're working on it. It's getting there. I want to go check out the 3rd area down here, I think, because we've done the first 2. Let's go check that. Go diving... I really feel like I had some coffers from last time that I had not cracked. I don't know. Oops, what am I doing? Let's get back out. I didn't need to go here, although that was some interesting underwater thing I should have just captured, as I was too busy thinking about going over to this thing. Yeah, that's... I have to watch... I really don't remember. That's super weird. Okay, I was thinking of this one, the Empat Pulu. I don't feel like I've done a ton of this one. Alright, let's see. This is the marble coppers, I think, which I don't, again, I'm sure I've done, but I don't know how thoroughly I've done it. Yes, it is the marble ones. Okay, good. So we'll do this one, and then after this, I mean, we can do this for cash, but I think we'll have gotten all of the artifacts and stuff. I think what's left is really, there's the 2 levels in the mines where I need to find the gems, or whatever they're called. That'll be the main thing I'm looking for there. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It feels strange getting through a big chunk of things here. It definitely, it'll be, I'll figure out the next step after that, I think. I think that's where my interest is I'd like to do that and then try to wrap up some of the temple stuff up on the hill, and then I guess do upgrades and all that. I don't find the farming aspect as compelling right now, but that's just, I think, because I find this part more interesting or enjoyable, the sort of routine that we've got here. Kind of like seeing if we can complete this, and then we'll hit the mines and then cycle back on farming, I think. And in terms of the relationships with everyone in town, I think I'll keep nibbling at that. the green tea, I like doing the green tea thing, which reminds me I should pick up some more seeds. It's kind of like coffee in Stardew. It's sort of like it's just I'm doing the thing. I don't, the one thing I will say is that is different. I don't find the cutscenes as quirky or interesting or as rich as Stardew. And I think that's okay. I think this game has other elements like this. So it's added maybe a layer of, kind of a potential grindiness, but I think it just adds that's a different thing. Because I think these games are, grindiness isn't a pejorative in these games. It's part of the experience. So I think it leaned into that a bit more. Whereas I think, the kind of narrative richness of Stardew is maybe not there in the same way. It has its own richness, and I think the other thing is probably haven't got far enough in yet to see all of it. It's not... Did I come? I think I came from down, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, we got to go to the right. I think I just haven't seen it yet. I think that was my previous thought, is like, I want to give it time to really open up, because even Stardew takes quite a while to get fully strange until you really get to know everyone, and I don't think we've really gotten to know everybody here. I do feel like the task of getting to know everybody is slightly more onerous. Like it's a bit more busy, a bit more involved. I don't even know how many characters there are comparatively. It feels more like expanded, where it was like more of a bit overwhelming at first to get to know everybody, and I didn't feel the same kind of personality with all the characters initially. But that can change, because I think that's a part of the game that I've barely scraped, really. I mean, I think I've leaned heavily into the grind of it, which I've enjoyed a lot, because I think it does it really well. But yeah, I haven't given all the other elements a fair enough shake yet. Okay, so we are at 19 marble coffers. 20. I don't know what I want to aim at. I mean, maybe like 50 or something. It would be nice to crack them before the end of the day, I guess. Maybe that's what I did. Sometimes when there's a kind of like a rhythmic sameness sometimes that you get into, like, again, not a negative thing. I think it's just, there's a flow where you're like doing a bunch of the same thing in a game, and you kind of lose track of the days. It becomes like real life, things can get a little bit mushy, and you're like, so who am I now? What's going on? Alright, let's go down here. What do we have, 25? Yeah, I don't know if the number you end up getting increases as you go deeper, or it's not deeper really, is it? We're at, I think we stay static in terms of depth. I think it's lateral. We're just at this depth because this is the layer we're at, I think. I didn't notice the change. I'm probably not paying enough attention to that, though. I do like not having to pay attention to my stamina anymore, really. Where you're kind of like, we're good. That's always fun in games, when you get to that point where I find that early game with all these, farm type games or resource games, it's that early stamina stuff. It just kills me. It's like a thing you don't want to think about in real life, but in game form, where it's like a nagging to-do list or something. Like, it's just a thing you have to be conscious of. That I'm like, I want to be unconscious of this. Not thinking about this is my favorite. So it's a funny thing. But it also then, that kind of, I think it's important because it does add some of the tension in the game that kind of binds you to it and really makes you lean into the game because you're having to survive. So it's an integral part of the game in some ways. I don't know. I'm sure when designers play these things both ways, with and without stamina and with and without, different elements, they must see what feels best, and it probably feels better to play with stamina early on. I guess it adds, like, it kind of, I always think of, complexity in games as being like a bunch of interlocking gears. I guess it adds a gear. Without it, maybe it becomes a little too simplified. What are we at? 35, 36. I do like that we're getting some kelp in this one. I feel like we haven't gotten quite that much kelp. But, I mean, I think we get more of it from cracking these things. I also have not kept up with the whole, whatever the extractions of these things at all. I've just been terrible with my processing. So I think that's the other thing is once I crack all of these chests and stuff, we're going to have an absolute mountain of stuff to process. Okay, yeah, the fossil nodes too, same thing. Like, if we don't have all the fossils, well, we have all the sea fossils, I suspect, or whatever we're going to find here. We got the mine stuff still, which I think that I'm probably missing loads of. All of those orange-colored things. But I gotta say, I do enjoy this part of the game a lot more. I think if this didn't have this element of the game, it would be such a radically different game. If it just had the mining, I don't enjoy as much. I don't think it's as interesting. This is it's a weirdly enjoyable process, this. And not just thematically, it's maybe more interesting or, relevant in a way. It just has I don't know. I think that maybe it's the absence of baddies that helps. Yeah, so I'm not cracking anything today. That's fine. We'll get up to at least 50 here, I think. I mean, it's only 6, so we should be good. Yeah, I think if this game didn't have this whole ocean aspect, I don't know that it would actually be as good a game, like even remotely. I think the mines are kind of not fun. Like they're okay. They're not terrible, but I don't enjoy the baddies in the mines. And just in general, I don't find it might be because of this kind of whatever. It's not orthogonal. I don't know what you describe this. It's like it is top down, but it's I don't know. There's whatever the term is geometrically for this kind of the style. It doesn't lend itself as well, I feel like, to the mining experience. I don't know. I don't find it as it doesn't ring with me as nicely. But this ocean stuff feels less like grid-like. It feels more fluid, and I have no idea why. It could be just the colors and the layout in general. Seems a little bit more organic feeling. I have no idea. It's one of those inexplicable mysteries of why a thing works to me. Colors. I guess it's a softer palette. The mines in any game are like, and this goes for Stardew, it goes for any game. I do find mining in games often kind of, it's depressing isn't the right word, but it's like not, really, that's cool. Trash and scrap. I gotta do more of that, so that's a good reminder because I have about 8 trillion trash now. Yeah, it might be the niceness of the appearance of all of this. It is very kind of warm and cozy, and the mines are always kind of dank, slightly menacing. The lack of the natural feeling light, it does feel like you've been stuck in, a basement without windows for a long time. Whereas this, it does not, this feels freer, and I don't know. It feels more about the possibilities of what are going to happen too. I'm going to find cool stuff. I don't get that same feeling in the mines, which I really should, but I don't. I don't know why that is. I think that maybe the drops are less, they happen less. I guess the other thing is that, using the manual tool, I don't mind using it down here. Like, it works perfectly fine for me. I don't feel the need to use the explosives. But I think in the mines, the manual mining is kind of tedious. And I guess it's because you again, even with, like this, you're taking out how much stuff at once. So there's a bit more like ding, 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 like possibilities of cool stuff being in that huge pile of loot right there. And there's just something a little bit more thrilling about that. It's always fun to try to articulate the inarticulatable, whatever the word is. That's how games always feel to me. It's like we're trying to explain something that's kind of weird. It's a very weird, like we're, performing unpaid manual labor for fun. But there's something, I don't know, it does something. Tickles the noggin. Wait, it's 64, 65 of these things now. This is good. So I feel like this is, if we don't have the bulk of the things, again, I don't know what the random number element is like on this. I feel like we must have seen the bulk of these things then. Because, I mean, how many could there be? Well, I guess there could be lots. Let me answer my own question. Okay. And it's good, we got a bunch of the mystery coppers too. Did those have good things? I don't remember. I feel like they did. So yeah, I'm going to have a lot of cracking to go do. So I guess we'll spend a fortune doing that. Also, our net should be done, which means our fishing rod should basically be going in. But it does make me think I should probably do a little bit more fishing before that as well, because then I won't be able to get it before the end of the season. Okay, we should get going. So how do we hit a number? 73. Wow. Okay, yeah, we should get out of here. I was seeing if I could hit 80, but, No, I don't think so. Alright. 79. So close. Let's just get going. We'll deal with this inventory mess next time. So I think we can continue coming down here for stuff, but I think that's essentially, we've finished up a lot of that. I don't know what else there is to scrape up down there. I think we've really made a good run on the coffers, so yeah, I think we're sitting pretty good. How many was it? 20? It is 28 days. Okay. What's going on tomorrow? Oh, it was a birthday today. Oops. That's why gifting is so important. All right. We'll see you all next time. Till then, bye-bye.